For today's cup of coffee with Scream.
Oh, the cup of coffee.
Kid had to work today and I was busy.
You had to fight the dog.
Oh
you
my
were
God.
on the internet.
It wasn't just that. It was just finding incredible things. Mm-hmm. And because the kid, I do, like I said, previous cup we had talked about this. Ow. I try to spare him from knowing some of the things that I have known for years. And it's like, especially when it's graphic.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, if you don't want graphic, don't listen to Alex Jones right now. Yeah. Or at least you could listen to him, but the visuals, yeah.
Don't listen.
Don't. Just, because it's horrific. And it's real life.
Yeah, that's why it's rough, because it is real life.
And I mean, the Alex Jones was right, tip jar runneth over.
What?
It runs over. Because the man has been vindicated on all this stuff that he's been talking about for the 30-some years.
Because all this shit was true, what he was saying.
Yeah.
I mean, for fuck's sake, he snuck into Bohemian Grove.
Yeah.
Something that nobody has done.
Right. And
I don't think anyone else has ever done.
I think that they have tried since then. And I don't know if it's one of those they thought that nobody would ever dare.
At this point, do they even use that place anymore?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. At this point, a lot of these people, and I use that word loosely, because anybody that would do some of this stuff, do they still qualify as human? I have questions about that.
It is a good question.
That they are so blatant about everything now. They're not even trying to hide it. Well, it's almost at this, it's like, you can't, I'm doing this, I'm going to rub your nose in it and there's nothing you can do. That's the attitude.
They've been doing that for a minute.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, and it's like, it's all right, because you can do whatever. God's going to, have the final say on all this stuff. But while kid was gone, I just scrolling through X, because it's what I can do right now, and saw this. That's our backdrop. That came from the Department of War.
What the fuck is that thing? That's
Directed energy dominance.
Dude.
In other words, space lasers.
Yeah. It's a laser cannon.
Yeah. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Of course, didn't they already burn down part of California with that?
That wasn't the people that are in control right now. That was somebody else.
Still, they used that same technology,
sort of
similar.
Yeah.
Either that or it was from the satellites.
There were people that had recorded these very strange blue lasers.
Mm-hmm. Very strange.
And that's been...
I didn't see those videos.
That's been with some of, some of these other very bizarre fires that they are now proposing, these 15-minute cities.
15-minute cities?
Uh-huh.
What do you mean?
That means that everything is supposed to be, it's a dystopian nightmare presented as this wonderful dream. That everything, is supposed to be within a 15-minute distance where you could walk. No cars needed, no whatever. You're in control, you're being controlled and observed and herded.
That's not cool.
No.
That's literally a cage.
Yeah.
That's a habitat.
Mm-hmm. It's prison.
Yeah. Well, that's what a habitat is. But what the fuck? It's not even a habitat.
I mean, this shit is real. It's not, it's gone from, as far as the tinfoil hat, that everybody's like, oh, well, yeah, these people were right. But yeah. And it's just people paying attention. That's all it is that some of us, somebody had written today about people waking up. I said, some of us have been awake and aware for every painful second of this shit, for whatever reason. Mm-hmm. And then it was a matter of Tucker Carlson had had AJ Gentile on his show. AJ is of the Y Files.
Oh.
And they talked about stuff, and the whole time, because I watched the Y Files, I've heard AJ on other shows and stuff like that. What this is disclosure for normies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well,
I mean, them talking about
AJ from the Y-Files being on the show. Now, we've questioned for a long time whether or not he was, somehow connected to the CIA or the government, something.
We don't know.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We've
Yeah.
wondered. We've wondered.
Well, whoever is allowing these discussions to be had.
You
Yeah.
and I both have talked about this several times.
Yeah. But they were talking about even as far as the Smithsonian having all these artifacts that nobody else has been able to see for a long time. Talking about what is under the pyramids, talking about as far as the Nephilim, psychic spies, as far as remote viewing, all this stuff. It's gone from the realm of Art Bell back in the day, who I always thought was self-disclosure back then. Mm-hmm. Just like the X-Files. All these things, little by little, drip by drip, to prevent a mass panic.
To basically... What's the word I'm looking for? It's basically to ease us into it. It's to... Well, like you said, it is self-disclosure, but there's a word I'm looking for here. Oh my god.
I'm not sure. But anyhow...
Predictive programming.
Well, predictive programming, to a degree, I mean, it's one of those that they do program people. We all have been programmed to a certain degree. We just don't know what degree we've been programmed.
Because literally one of our coworker and I was talking about this as far as like watching Best Court. Desensitize.
Right.
That's what it is.
Yes.
It desensitizes us to these topics.
A lot of it, yes. It does. And that you've got people, and there was somebody that was talking about, it wasn't a matter, they were talking about these horrific things and people not being held to account, which is a form of learned helplessness. And it was one of those out of the playbook, and there is a playbook. I can't remember exactly what term it was that he had used.
The Illuminati card game.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, it's been everywhere for a minute for anybody who's been paying attention. And demoralization was what it was. And that's part of the learned helplessness. But the one thing that he did not have a handle on was as far as this is the spiritual component. Mm-hmm. Because this is all a spiritual battle. And you can do certain things in the flesh. I mean, make sure that you've got food sources and different things like that, and you're paying attention, situational awareness, all that.
Spiritual warfare is very much a real thing.
Absolutely, it's a real thing.
And I think that people are finally waking up to that.
Yes, because they're like, oh shit, evil exists.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it does. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. And it is horrific. And if you can't know about these things, and it's one of those, everybody's like, oh, I don't want to know about it. I don't want to know about it. That doesn't stop it from happening. Right. It is happening.
Like, you can stay blind and deaf to all this stuff all you want. But it still happens.
Yeah. That doesn't mean you have to immerse yourself in it to where it becomes harmful to you, because then you will become immobilized.
Like, this shit goes deep.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a good rabbit hole.
No. That these things that are coming on, that thousands of years old, we're talking, as far as Moloch and Baal worship and all that stuff that they talked about in the Bible, and people are like, well, why would God ever destroy that? Well, if these people were not purely human, that gives you, and that did happen. There was DNA manipulation by the fallen ones.
You know, someone asked me the other day, and I didn't respond because I didn't know how to answer. It was like, did God create the serpent?
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, he must have.
Yes, he did.
And it rebelled too.
Yes. Free will. That's the thing. God did not create robots.
He gave us freedom of choice.
Right. And he gave the angels these beings, these supernatural beings that we call angel, that's actually just a job title.
What other beings up there other than angels is up? What do you think? Just ponder.
Well, you've got as far as angels, but basically those are messengers. And then you had the seraphim and the cherubim and different things like that. We're not told everything.
See, I thought they were all under the classification of angel.
A heavenly host, I think, is the actual term that's used.
Okay.
I mean, it's just like not every supernatural being is a demon.
Right. Well, that would make sense, yeah.
You know, demons are, in technicality, the disembodied spirits of the Nephilim. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you had fallen angels. That was different.
Yeah.
We have earth spirits. All these different things that those who came before us had a much greater understanding of than we do.
That is true. That is very true.
And it's like, if you don't understand the supernatural component to these things, you're going to miss it. Well, you're not going to miss it. You're not going to know what's happening.
Well, part of all this shit that they have been doing, they have been blinding people.
Yeah.
To all this stuff. They have just completely made people almost forget about the spiritual side.
Right.
Of this plane of existence.
Well, it was like, goes back to Paul Harvey's If I Were the Devil. And one of his greatest tools is to convince people that he doesn't exist.
Yep.
So but somehow when AJ was sitting there talking with Tucker about these things, it was, I don't know, it sort of solidified it. And it's because I guess we don't, some of us, or maybe just me, maybe I just need to talk from first person on this. It's easy to sit there and go, oh, yeah, I listen to Art Bell, and yeah, I know this stuff is so, but how so is so, but it made it more real, more immediate. This is happening, not out in the future, it's happening now. And this stuff has been going on for a very long time, but it's that in-your-face element of it. And I'll put the link to the video there of Tucker and AJ, and you can go and listen to it.
It's everywhere now.
And what was also interesting, one of the ways also I knew that it was for normies, or for the, ones who, normies, that's the best term I can come up with. Yeah. The way that Tucker and AJ spoke. And I don't want to say it was dumbed down, but it was dumbed down. And I have noticed that happening quite a bit lately. And that these people are very much aware of a specific audience that they're speaking with.
It's kind of like how, I won't say Shakespeare. It's kind of like how trying to get to that lowest class, lowest education, so that they understand too.
Yes.
So that everybody understands.
Yes. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And it's like, J.D. Vance does that quite often. So,
because if you're not getting that base, you're losing a good portion of people if you're not getting that explain it to me like I'm 5.
Exactly. And that's what they were doing.
I appreciate that a lot.
I was just very aware of it, and it's a matter of, it's almost like talking to a child, that there was more gentle in the way that you're speaking, which I think a lot of that, it's like you talk to a child the way you talk to anybody else. It's how they learn to communicate. But almost this, and I don't want to say coddling necessarily, but we've got 2 generations below Gen X, and well, Alpha's old enough now. Some of those kids are what, middle school?
Yeah. Yeah. Some of them are middle schoolers
Yeah.
at this point.
And so we've got that many generations going on, 3 generations. God, that's crazy to think about. That you can't talk in generalities. And there was somebody else on X I heard talking about that, and he put it, in a way that made sense. That you've got people that their ability to think in abstract concepts has been so compromised, which I think, again, is a frontal lobe issue.
Yeah.
That's why you can't speak to them. That's why there's trouble with those of us that are Gen X and stuff trying to communicate with some of these other people because they don't understand generalities.
Well, that's because the internet does not hold space for generalities a lot of the time. And it also does a lot of damage to the frontal lobe.
Yeah.
Especially when you are growing up on it.
Well, going back to the programming, the frequencies, the vibrations, even the light. I mean, that's another form of frequency.
Mm-hmm. But the internet really does not allow abstract thinking. It's very black and white on the internet.
Well, and we wondered about that as far as some of the neurospicy, because they do think in ones and zeros.
Yeah. Binary code.
Uh-huh. That's how it appears. And so to try to include everybody in some of these communications and thoughts and ideas and stuff, and it's just kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want everybody to, after I get my smoke lit, just make yourself at home. Y'all know that you're at home when you're here with us. And
do y'all like milk and sugar in your coffee? How do you want your coffee? You want a cigarette?
yes, it's like,
You need a light?
it's like, here, just kick that pile of whatever out of your way and have yourself a seat.
Yeah. Here, just throw that dog somewhere else. Throw that cat. Throw that cat out of that seat.
Yeah, just wipe it down. It'll be all right.
Yeah.
It won't kill you. But it's just such an interesting time that we are living in. And it's, like I said, it just solidified for me watching AJ and Tucker, listening to them talk about these concepts. And I'm like, which these are things that I have known for about 30 years or more.
Yeah, but most people were not even aware of it. Did not even have an inkling of it.
And I don't know that it was just me, because Art Bell was a hugely popular show. But even when I was growing up, they had, and it could have been soft disclosure even when I was growing up. Mm-hmm. You had shows like In Search Of. Different things like that. It was just always, the movies, it was piquing the curiosity. Everything all the way back. Roswell was before my time, but a lot of it goes back to Roswell.
Dude, that's really the start of a lot of this shit.
Yes. Roswell and Operation Paperclip. Mm-hmm. And that's just like these people talking about, yes, the ghouls and the vampires. That's horrible. Wait till they get into this about the fallen angels and some of this other stuff. Those people, I don't know that they're going to be able to handle it mentally. And that's been foretold.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, there's a lot of shit out there that people really are not... They're not equipped for. They're
Right.
not equipped for.
Right.
Mentally, spiritually, physically, none of that.
Well, and it's just like, I was trying to think of his...
They don't have the capacity for that.
Right. I was trying to think of the dude's name, and I can't think of it right now. That he has always said rebuke and bind, and, then ask questions later. L.A. Marzullo, so it was. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. If it is a being that is from God, rebuking and binding them in the name of Jesus, it's not going to do anything. But if it's not of God, it will. But you got to have that belief behind it.
Yeah.
It's just like some of these holding out. It's not, if you hold out a crucifix to something, that's not going to do anything. It has to be the belief of the person wielding that crucifix.
Yeah. Yeah.
Odd times. Very, very odd times.
Because, like, people treat the cross and crucifixes like they are some sort of medallion.
Right.
Like,
Amulet.
amulet. Yeah.
It's not.
It's not in the slightest. You have to have that. You have to have that spiritual belief. You have to believe, yes, Jesus Christ has this power and he is doing this.
Yes. Yes. Because it's not, we don't have any power over these beings. None.
Literally, we got none.
But it is
We
a
got
matter
power
of,
through Jesus Christ.
yes, through the Holy Spirit. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you've got to have that belief. And it's like, even Christ said there are certain demons that come out only through prayer and fasting.
And that's rough. Because one,
We've not been trained.
fasting hurts.
Well,
It can.
It can. But it's just, what a time to be alive.
There's so much shit that people should have been trained for. Like, we
Yeah.
should, like, some of this spiritual shit we should have learned instead of some of that bullshit that's in school.
Yeah. That bullshit in school was done on purpose.
It was literally to brainwash people.
Yes. To indoctrinate people.
Hell, I think, honestly, I would have rather had the spiritual training.
Well, you got more of it than if I had left you in public school.
Yeah, legit.
Yeah. So,
You know what? And I'm actually really grateful for that because it has helped me a lot. And then trying to figure out how to help other people with that
Right.
shit.
right.
And bumbling my way through that.
Well, and it's okay. We all bumble. And the dog has provided background music the whole time. He's been crazy today.
He's never hit.
No, he takes spells like that. I don't know if his teeth still bothering him or what.
He still has not lost some of the baby teeth.
Yeah, he's got double rows on some of them.
Yeah. And
Which is
he's how old
freaky.
at this point?
He was 4.5 months when you got him, which was before Christmas.
So
He's
like,
about 6 or 7 months at this point.
I figured they would have fallen out by now.
I don't know. I'm not dog dentist. That's not a rabbit hole I have trod down yet.
Blue. What do?
So just prayers. But yeah, I'll put the link for the Tucker Show. Very much interested after you all have watched it to have your all's thoughts and opinions on it.
Yeah.
It's most interesting.
Do I need to watch it?
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
You want to tell the people so we can be found?
Yeah, you can find us on BitChute, Rumble, and YouTube at Orlando's Cup of Coffee with Scream. Also, speaking of biting, the dog just bit me.
Yeah.
Ow! BitChute, Rumble, and YouTube at Orlando's Cup of Coffee with Scream. Also, check her out on X, previously known as Twitter, at RorlandoCOCWS.
Yeah.
Thank you
Prayers.
for that drama.
Yeah, he has just been dramatic. This is why I gave up trying to do like serious stuff because it just ain't gonna happen. It's just not in the cards for me.
No, we're like the Jenna and Julian podcast pretty much.
Lord help.
Because they lived in a circus too, and their
Yeah.
dogs were doing stuff all through the
Yeah.
podcast. And
I had dreams. There was those Virgo bits of being able to sit down and have just these nice conversations and this intellect, and it ain't gonna happen. It just ain't gonna happen.
you wanted an intellectual conversation with me?
God, yes. I believe in you. I do. I have more faith in you than you have in yourself.
That is correct.
Yeah. And that's okay. Know that you are loved. Treat other people the way you would like to be treated. Stay prayed up. Seriously. And
Stay
Lord
prayed
willing, we'll see you on the next cup.
Yeah.
Bye.